Okay, y'all, this is Jarek, aka Jarius D, and I'm just gonna weigh in on Jessie Smollett. Now, all we know as far as this case with Jessie Smollett is the facts, or whatever facts that have been presented. Someone sent him a letter or a note or something to his home making racist remarks. Da da da. Now, fast forward to someone attacking him. One, I see you, bro. Now, fast forwarded to someone actually attacking him and doing all of the things that they did to him, and now he's in the hospital. The world that we live in now, this is not a surprise. It's not a surprise at all that this happened. Think about it, y'all. We as gay people, we get this every day. What's up, Jason? What's going on, Lamont? We as gay brothers and sisters every day. We get this shit every day, no matter if it's in church, no matter if it's our friends or if it's one of our family members. We get this shit every day when people are going to tell us, well, you shouldn't be living like that anyway, and that wouldn't have happened. Or you shouldn't have been in that particular place doing what you were doing, or that wouldn't have happened. No, it's not that. That man was minding his business. Regardless of what we think or what people are gonna say, that man was minding his business. He was minding his business, doing his thing. And he was brutally attacked by some people, man. My heart goes out to him because I get it. Shit happens. But we're not gonna castrate him and say, well, he was cruising for tail at 2 o'clock in the morning or anything like that, man. We shouldn't even say that anyway, because that type of thinking right there is not going to move or make this situation better. If anything, we should be out there supporting his movement right now, supporting what he's doing. The fact that he's trying to raise money for HBCUs, that's what he's doing. And someone took note to that. This is not about him being just a gay man. This is about he's trying to affect change. And the fact that someone did what they did to him was because they're trying to cut down and change what he's doing. Don't let media just tell y'all that this is just because he was just out at 2 o'clock in the morning. That man was minding his business. There was somebody, there are evil people in the world that are going to do things. Y'all know this. I know this. We've been around. We've been living long enough to know how the world works. He was not going to be just cut off from that because he's who he is, because he does empire, and because he does music, and because he has a face in the community. That wasn't going to stop him from being a victim of hate. That was not going to stop him from being a victim of discrimination. Like, that was going to happen. Yes, I'm sad that happened to him. Yes, I'm upset that happened to him. But at the same time, y'all, we gotta actually move past that, because if we just gonna sit up and just continue to just say, well, he was out there just out here looking for tail at 2 o'clock in the morning, we don't know what he was doing. That man could have been coming from a taping. He could have went to see a show. He could have been going home from getting a meal. He could have been doing anything. Yeah, he probably didn't want to just take a car. He probably didn't want to be Hollywood. He wanted to be a normal person at that time. And something happened. Now, we don't know if that was a setup. We don't know if someone essentially did what they did to him and picked him out. But it happened. So before we even just start going in on what we think he was doing or what actually happened, man, put yourself in his situation. Like, we've been in his situation. We've been in his situation where shit has happened to us just because of us being lesbians or homosexuals. We've been in his situation. That's not anything new. The only thing that's new about this particular situation is it made publicity. Like, people are talking about it. I've been seeing these posts all over Facebook and IG all day. That's not gonna change anything. Y'all think these people gonna stop messing with homos and lesbians? No. He had a target on his back because he's in the limelight. That's not gonna stop anything. That's not gonna change anything. And if y'all really feel like that's gonna change something, you already missed the ship. You've already missed the ship if you think because they attacked him that's going to change people's opinions or people's views of us. That's not going to change anyone's opinion or view. This can happen to any of us in this group, day in, day out, day in, day out. This can happen to any of us. So before we start assuming and before we start just talking out of our necks and before we just start talking out our ass, put yourself in this man's position. We've been in his position. I'm sure it's 2 or 3 people that can literally stand up and say, I've been where he's been. I've been attacked. I've been in those type of situations. That we've all been there. So instead of tearing it down or trying to speak negative of it, let's find a positive way to build this up. Let's find a positive way to build this up. We have to be able to be proactive instead of reactive to situations like this. Even with me, I'm a young man. I know how my thinking is. I know how I would have reacted in that situation where if that would have been me. So I'm in a place where now I'm trying to think about the things that I'm doing before I do them. I'm trying to think about the things I say before I say them. And I have to weigh the benefits of if is this going to hurt someone or is this going to help someone. Let's not hurt someone because of what the media is going to do anyway. Let's not tear someone down because of what the media is going to do. Let's try and be the people on the flip side of it. I send my prayers to Jessie. I do. Because if it was me, I would want someone to be praying for me. I would want someone out there on the front line for me. I wouldn't want somebody just out here just saying, well, he probably was doing this or he was probably doing that or he was at the wrong place at the wrong time or anything. He's a regular person just like any other person. Like, just like you and me. We're just regular fucking people. We're just trying to live regular lives. So the fact that happened to him, that was a mark that was placed on his back. Someone marked him and someone did that to him. He was a victim. He was a victim. So let's have a heart. Like, really, have a heart. Like, let's really have a heart. And let's really just put ourselves in his place. How would you feel if this happened to you? How would you react if something like this happened to you? If someone did this to you, how would you feel? Like, what would be your train of thinking? What would be your train of thinking? Like, this has changed his life. Like, this is going to change his life. And we don't know how or what ways is this going to affect him. Like, he still has to go and shoot Empire. He still has to go and record music. He still has to go and have a normal relationship. He still has to go grocery shopping. He still has to go and be a normal person. And we don't know how this is going to affect him from now on. My point that I'm just making, and I probably made it like maybe 2 or 3 times. Let's not speculate before we get the facts. Let's not just run off and just say all of these horrible things about him. Let's really try and have a heart. And the people who did this, man, no people, he knows who did that to him. He's not silly. He's not stupid to the fact that this happened. He knows who did this to him. He knows. He will get justice for this. Even if he doesn't. The people who did this at some point, they will be held accountable for it. So we can't really just bitch up or bitch out about this. Man up. Shit, man the fuck up. If this was me and that situation happened to me, trust, this would have been a total different reaction. But because I'm in a situation where I'm trying to think about what I'm doing and the things that I say, you have to be mindful that everyone's not going to like you for you. You have to be mindful of people ain't going to like what you do. Be mindful of whatever things that he's been doing in his prison or in his spare time. People have taken a look to that. They're paying attention to what he's doing. So those things that we do, they follow. No matter what we do, good or bad, they're gonna follow. And we have to be mindful of everyone's not gonna like what we do. Someone right now is gonna watch this video. When I get through with this video, when I post it to the page, someone's gonna be pissed off at me because they're gonna be like, well, why would you even say that bullshit that you're saying now? Because at the end of the day, y'all, we still gotta stand together. We still have to stand together. We still have to form a union and a united front within ourselves. Within ourselves. So before I leave, I just want to shout everybody out and just continue to say, man, we just still got to keep a positive vibe about this. Let's keep a positive vibe. Let's always try and keep a positive head about everything that's going on. Instead of just starting to beat someone down or tear someone down, let's try and lift them up. And I know I'm not a perfect. I talk shit about people all day, every day, and I can honestly admit that. But at the same time, I'm not just tearing this man down for what he did. Let's lift him up. Let's continue to push him up, because if it was you or me or any one of our people in our community or one of our family members, we would be pissed. So let's be mindful of things, y'all. Like, let's be mindful of that. I send my prayers up to Jessie Smollett, and I wish him a speedy recovery with whatever his mindset is, with whatever his injuries are. And let's enjoy the rest of the week, man. And let's all just have and try and finish our fight down on a positive note. Y'all be cool and y'all be blessed.